Ready for a deep dive into something that really makes you think.
Okay.
Today we're exploring those kind of unexpected connections.
Okay.
And we're going to be jumping off from a fictional story called The Heart's Playlist.
Okay.
You heard of this one?
I have not, no.
So it's about this train journey called the Twilight Express.
Uh-huh.
And all the passengers, they get these headphones.
Okay.
And they all listen to the same music together
Oh,
as they're traveling.
So a shared soundtrack for a journey through the twilight hours?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm already thinking about the symbolic implications there.
Right, like where are they all going together?
Yeah.
But that's where the story really gets interesting.
Okay.
So we meet these two characters, Thalia and Ethan, and they're listening to this playlist, and the train's just rolling on,
Yeah.
But the way the author describes the music is so vivid,
Okay.
you can practically feel it.
Like you're right there in the train car with them.
Yeah, exactly. Like you feel those piano notes like raindrops,
Uh-huh.
and the strings have this longing to them
Yeah.
that seems to just fill the whole train car.
Yeah, it's interesting how the author uses those sensory details
Yeah,
to really draw the reader into that shared experience.
for sure.
Makes you think about how music has this power to really tack into our emotions and create this sense of shared space, even among people who've never met before.
Definitely.
It's pretty cool.
But here's where it gets really cool.
Okay.
So there's this one song
Mm-hmm.
that triggers a shared memory for Thalia and Ethan.
Okay.
It takes them back 5 years
Wow.
to this summer festival.
Uh-huh.
It was pouring rain,
Okay.
and somebody lost a purple umbrella.
A purple umbrella.
And get this, Ethan remembers finding that umbrella
Oh, wow.
and returning it to Thalia
So they had this brief connection
years ago,
years before ending up on the same train.
and they had completely forgotten about it.
That's wild. It's like the music acted as this key.
Yeah. Unlocking a shared memory and revealing this hidden connection that was there all along.
Exactly.
And you know what's fascinating is that this isn't just some made-up thing for the story.
Really?
It actually has roots in real-world psychology.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever heard of the reminiscence bump?
What now?
The reminiscence bump.
Okay, no, tell me more.
So it's this phenomenon where music from our adolescence and young adulthood
Okay.
tends to evoke the strongest and most vivid memories.
Interesting.
It's like our brains are wired
Uh-huh.
to connect music from those formative years
Yeah.
to like key emotional experiences.
Oh, okay.
So you know how certain songs could just take you right back?
Yeah.
Like you're right back in that moment.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like the reminiscence bump in action.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So in a way,
Mm-hmm.
the story's tapping into something real about how our brains work.
So music can actually act as a shortcut to those powerful memories.
Even ones we thought we'd totally forgotten about.
Yes, exactly.
It's incredible.
It makes you wonder how many times
Yeah.
we've unknowingly crossed paths with people who hold these pieces of our past.
Whoa.
Like these echoes of forgotten connections, just waiting to be rediscovered.
That's kind of mind-blowing.
It is, isn't it?
I mean, just think about all those random interactions we have every day.
Yeah.
Like maybe some of those people have already brushed past our lives in ways we don't even realize.
It really challenges us to consider the interconnectedness of our experiences
Yeah.
and how even those seemingly insignificant encounters
Yeah.
might have more significance than we realize.
It's like that saying 6 degrees of separation, right?
Yeah.
But with a musical twist, you just never know who you might be connected to
Right.
through a shared song or like a concert experience.
And that sense of interconnectedness,
Yeah.
it's further emphasized by the author's use of symbolism.
Oh, okay. Like how?
Well, for example, the rain in the story, it's not just weather.
Yeah.
It's a metaphor for shared experience.
Oh, I didn't even pick up on that.
Yeah, it connects everyone at the festival.
Okay.
Just like the music connects everyone on the train years later.
That makes total sense.
And then the train journey itself,
Yeah.
with everyone moving forward together
Uh-huh.
towards this unknown destination. It feels symbolic of life's journey, doesn't it?
Yeah, totally.
We're all on this ride experiencing time and change.
And potentially connecting with others along the way.
Exactly. It's a reminder to be open to those chance encounters, to recognize the possibility of connection in those unexpected places.
For sure.
Because sometimes those fleeting moments of shared experience, like just hearing a particular song,
Yeah.
can leave a lasting impact on our lives.
I like that a lot.
Me too.
So we've been talking about this fictional train ride with the shared playlist and everything. But I'm curious, like, how does this idea of music connecting people, how does that play out in the real world?
That's a great question.
Like outside of the story. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think one area where we really see that is in social movements.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like when you think about those iconic protest songs that become anthems for entire generations.
Totally, yeah. Like those songs that just...
Right, they capture the spirit of the movement.
Exactly, yeah. Like,
and they bring people together. Think about the civil rights movement. Music played such a vital role there. In spreading messages of hope and resilience. It wasn't just about entertainment. It was about, you know, galvanizing communities. And providing a soundtrack for social change.
I remember reading about how We Shall Overcome became like this unifying force for the civil rights movement.
It connected people from all walks of life who were fighting for equality.
And it's such a simple song, too.
It is, but it's so powerful. It's a perfect example of how a song can transcend individual experiences and become this shared expression of collective hope and determination.
That's really
It's not just about the lyrics either. It's about the emotional resonance and that sense of shared purpose that the music evokes.
Okay, so music can be this powerful tool
Absolutely.
for bringing people together around a common cause. But what about on a more personal level? Can music help us connect with people just in our everyday lives?
Absolutely. Think about how people bond over their favorite bands.
Yeah.
Or, you know, discover new artists through recommendations from friends. Music provides this common ground, a starting point for conversation and connection.
It's like a built-in icebreaker, almost.
Yeah, exactly.
Instead of awkwardly asking, what do you do for fun?
Yeah.
You can just be like, what are you listening to these days?
Exactly. And suddenly you're sharing playlists, discovering new artists, and those shared musical experiences, they can lead to deeper connections. There's this sense of vulnerability and intimacy that comes with sharing your favorite music with someone.
Yeah, totally.
It's like giving them a glimpse into your inner world, you know, your emotional landscape.
It reminds me of how back in college, I started dating this guy. Simply because we both loved this one band.
Really?
Like this totally obscure indie band. And we would go to all their concerts.
Oh, wow.
Share new releases, you know.
That's so cool.
And we basically built our whole relationship around this shared musical passion.
That's amazing.
And it just created this instant bond that we might not have found otherwise.
That's a great example of how music can be this catalyst for connection. It provides that common ground, that shared language that can spark friendships and relationships and even whole communities.
So we've talked about music's power to connect us to social movements, to new friends, to partners. But going back to the Hearts playlist for a second, the story also touches on the idea of reconnecting with our own pasts through music. What do you think about that?
I think it's a really poignant theme. The story reminds us that music is this powerful trigger for memory. And those memories can really shape our sense of self. It's like each song holds this piece of who we are, a snapshot of a particular time and place in our lives.
It's funny you should say that because I have this one song that always takes me right back to my senior year of high school.
Really?
It was our class song. And whenever I hear it, it's like I'm instantly flooded with all these memories of prom night and graduation ceremonies. And all those bittersweet emotions of that time.
I bet.
It's like I'm transported back to those moments.
And
for a few minutes, I'm 18 again.
That's the beauty of music. It has this incredible ability to transcend time and bring those memories to life in a way that few other things can.
And sometimes those musical memories can lead to unexpected connections. With other people who shared those experiences.
Or Thalia and Ethan on the train.
Exactly.
Rediscovering a connection they didn't even realize they had.
It makes you wonder how many other lost connections are out there. Just waiting to be rekindled.
Yeah, maybe by a familiar melody or a shared concert experience.
Totally.
It's a fascinating thought.
Yeah?
That maybe the soundtrack of our lives is also a map of our connections,
Okay.
past, present, and future.
And maybe by paying attention to those musical echoes, those shared moments of sonic joy or sorrow, we might uncover these hidden threads that weave us together in ways we never imagined.
Exactly. I love that.
Yeah, it's almost like music can help us piece together the puzzle of our lives.
Yeah.
You know?
Like connecting those seemingly random moments and encounters
exactly.
into a more meaningful whole.
That's a really insightful way to put it.
And it kind of circles back to this idea of the Heart's playlist, this fictional collection of songs that represents the soundtrack of our lives.
Right.
What if we each actually had a playlist like that?
Oh.
A carefully curated selection of songs that capture the essence of our experiences and the people who have shaped us.
Ooh, that's an interesting thought.
Right.
It'd be like a musical time capsule.
Yeah.
Each song representing a chapter in our story.
Exactly.
And if we share those playlists with others, who knows what kinds of conversations and connections might spark.
It could totally change the way we interact with each other.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine going to a party.
Okay.
And instead of making small talk about the weather, you swap Hearts playlists and dive into these deeply personal musical exchanges.
That would certainly make those awkward first dates a lot more interesting.
I know, right?
Instead of the usual tell me about yourself, you could just hand them in your playlist and say, here, this is me in musical form.
Exactly.
It's almost like a shortcut to intimacy.
Right.
A way to bypass those superficial layers and connect on a more authentic level.
And who knows? Maybe you'd discover that you share a love for that same obscure 80s band.
You remember that.
Of course I do.
But you're right. It's amazing how quickly you can bond with someone over a shared musical passion.
For sure.
And even if your tastes are totally different, just the act of sharing something so personal can create a sense of trust and understanding.
Totally. It goes back to that idea of music being a universal language, something that can transcend cultural differences, language barriers, even generational divides.
There's just something about melody and rhythm that taps into this primal part of our brains, something that connects us on a deeply human level.
It's powerful stuff.
So what does this all mean for us as listeners?
That's the big question, right?
What can we take away from this deep dive into the Heart's playlist and the power of music?
I think maybe it's a reminder to pay attention to the soundtrack of our own lives, to cherish the songs that evoke those powerful memories, to be open to new musical discoveries, and to recognize the potential for connection that exists in every shared musical experience.
And maybe, just maybe, it's a nudge to actually create that Heart's playlist.
I love that idea.
A collection of songs that tells our story and that we can share with others to spark conversations, forge connections, and celebrate the power of music to bring us together.
Because, in a world that often feels increasingly divided.
Yeah, for sure.
Music offers us this bridge, this reminder that we're not alone in our joys and sorrows and our hopes and dreams.
We are, after all, connected by this shared human experience.
Exactly.
And music is one of the most powerful ways to tap into that shared humanity.
Beautifully said.
So as you go about your day, let the music guide you.
Yes.
Listen with intention. Share your favorite tunes.
Right.
And who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe you'll stumble upon a connection that changes your life.
That'd be amazing.
All thanks to the magic of a shared song.